Good morning, friends. I am going to be going into town today to run some errands. I'm planning to go to the grocery store. I've got to go get some things and get the pantry restocked. And of course, since I'm going to town, I thought I may as well stop in at the antique store and see what they may have in that they didn't have last time I was there. And so come along with me and let's just go see what all we can find. I just have to tell my Sylvie girl bye and move her from the couch back over to her little bed because she cannot jump off of the couch because she's not big enough. You gotta get down now. You gotta go to town for a little while, okay? Here you go. Bye, girl. The sky looks so heavy this morning. Looks like we could get rain today. Dreary mornings like this just always makes things seem so quiet. I guess that's where we got the saying, the calm before the storm. Hopefully we'll just have the calm without the storm though. Here we are at Nam's Antiques. Let's go see what we can find. You may remember seeing this the last time I was here, but they have the top open this time. And so I just wanted to take a peek and look how neat this looks. This is just so interesting to me. Like with all antiques, I just wish it could just tell me all its stories. I'll have to check out these old knives and see if there's any that I want to add to my kitchen collection. I just love quilts. This wedding ring pattern is my absolute favorite. I've always liked that pattern. Here are some nice old bowls, and I just love the color. I really like this yellowware bowl. This looks like maybe some old saddlebags. Oh, I really love this yellowware crock. I just may have to start collecting yellowware. And another beautiful bowl right beside it. Oh, this is so tempting. And what an adorable old yo-yo quilt. That took someone some time. And look at this meat tenderizer. Does anyone still use these? I remember my mom using one all the time. Look at this paisley design. I'm thinking this is an old meat press. What do y'all think this would have been used for? Another beautiful old wedding ring. These look like the ice cream scoops that my granny used when I was at her house as a little girl. I just want to check and make sure this transferware doesn't match what I have in my dining room. Here's another brown bowl, and I don't believe either matches what I already have. How neat is this wooden rack with all these old spools? This would be really pretty sitting on top of a table or a desk. Here's some old ice block tongs. They actually have 2 of them. These 2 pieces are still here. I know I looked at these last time I was here. They were pretty expensive. This one's had a good price drop. Let's check out the other one. And it has 2. Oh, I really like these. Here's some more brass pieces that they did not have when I was here last time. I just realized that I keep confusing my metals here. I keep saying brass when I mean copper, but these do have brass handles, they say. After the grocery store, I had to stop and get my favorite coconut tea, and now I'm headed back home. was just getting the grocery. Sylvie. Sylvie. I was just putting the groceries up and wanted to share some of what I got with you. If you're like me, you may be just always kind of looking for healthier options these days. And so these are some of the staples that I like to keep in the house, which you'll kind of see that I'm kind of a junk foodie, but these are kind of healthier options of junk food, I guess you could say. Especially when it comes to like chips. These are made with really good ingredients. Let me read the ingredients to you. They have avocado oil, ground dates, sea salt, distilled white vinegar powder, chipotle powder, tomato powder, onion powder, citric acid, black pepper, garlic powder, parsley powder, and red chili powder. And so that's it. And they are my absolute favorites. They are so good. Another chip that's made by the Siete brand. They are made of cassava blend, cassava flour, cassava starch, avocado oil, coconut flour, chia seed, and sea salt. And they are a great alternative to like your corn tortilla chips. They're so good too. Then I also like to keep these crackers in the house. They are the Simple Meals brand. These are kind of a little thicker cracker. And these are more, they're still not really like a saltine cracker, but they're a little more, you know, like if we have chili or soups, I like to eat these with chili and soup. They're kind of more along the line of a saltine. And then this is my go-to pancake mix. I love pancakes, and these are made grain-free, and let's see, they're actually called paleo grain-free pancakes, and I love them because they're just so good. And they're so simple to make. You just add a little bit of this with some water, mix it up, and you have delicious pancakes. So I eat these quite often. What else have I got here? Oh, my favorite candy bar. If I'm craving chocolate, this is my favorite candy bar. And so it has, well, obviously it's dark chocolate. It has almond butter and puffed quinoa. And it is so good too. The ingredients is organic, well, I can't say that cacao word, but basically chocolate. Organic unrefined coconut sugar, organic almond butter, organic cocoa butter, and organic quinoa. And it is just a really good, healthy candy bar. And then I also have the Jovial lasagna noodles, and they are gluten-free, and they are made with brown rice. And I'm planning to cook these tonight for supper. Let me show you what I got at the antique store. First off, let me just say, I almost didn't think I was gonna buy anything, even though, you know, I did see a few things that I liked. Some of it, most everything there had, you know, I'd seen before, but they did have a few new things, but just didn't really see anything that was, you know, saying, take me home. So I thought I was gonna just leave without anything. And then I looked at some stuff that I've been seeing there, and there was a significant price drop. And so I just had to bring it home with me. You can probably guess what it is. If you have been watching my antique store trips, you've probably seen this before. But I just think this is the neatest antique copper vessel. Now I can't open it. Oh, there we go. But it is just, it's so pretty, and I've been wanting some copper pieces, and you can tell it is authentically old and copper. So I'm gonna try to find a spot for it. I think this copper vessel is going to be one of my all-time favorite finds. It's hand hammered and dates back to the late 1800s, although pieces like this were used centuries earlier in colonial homes. In days before running water, pitchers like this were filled at the well and warmed at the hearth. They were used for everything from washing hands before supper to preparing tea or steeping herbs. I think here by the fireplace will be the perfect spot for it, just like it might have been kept centuries ago. It makes me think that homemakers back then must have been a lot like homemakers today, in the fact that what mattered most to them was usefulness, but also beauty, because this is such a beautiful piece. These flowers actually held up really well this week. Of course, just yesterday, some of them just really, took a turn for the worse and started to wilt away. So I'm gonna change these out. Some of them still look pretty good. I kind of want to save them to make another arrangement with, but I don't know, I'm kind of hesitant because if I do that, they'll probably be wilted tomorrow. But anyway, I'm gonna throw away the really super wilted ones, and the one that's still looks pretty good, I'm gonna see if I can do something else with them. But then I am gonna add a fresh bouquet of flowers that I picked up at the store when we were in town earlier. So let me get these little yucky ones pulled out. These blooms may have given their best in last week's bouquet, but I am so glad I didn't throw them out. It looks like they still have some life left in them yet. They are just enough to brighten the dining table for a few days. There's something about pink in summer. It's soft, joyful, and just full of life. I brought home armfuls of blooms today, all shades of pink, from the palest blush to deep, almost berry tones. I love arranging flowers when it seems each stem is just adding its own character and charm. Together, they bring the warmth and the beauty of the summer season to the kitchen. Okay, now let's get our lasagna started for supper. And it is just the simplest, easiest, yet best tasting lasagna. So let's get it started. Okay, while the meat is cooking up, I'm going to tell you what the next step is. And I am going to be adding some Organics brand marinara sauce to the meat, which may already sound pretty strange to some of y'all that I'm making meat to go in the lasagna, because I think probably a lot of people doesn't put meat into lasagnas. But my husband thinks if a meal doesn't have meat, it's just not really a meal. So I'm gonna make a meat sauce using this marinara, and it has really good ingredients. I'll read them to you. Organic diced tomatoes in juice, water, organic tomato paste, organic extra virgin olive oil, sea salt, organic cane sugar, organic dehydrated onions, organic vinegar, organic garlic powder, organic spices. So it has everything in there that you would want in a sauce, and it's all organic. So, you know, if you're an empty nester or if you have a young family, you know, most of us just want quick, easy, taste good. So that's how I make lasagna. I have to dish up a little bit for Sylvie. Now I'll just add the marinara sauce. Now I'll just start layering all the ingredients. You may be wondering if I missed a step, but nope, I did not boil the noodles first. These you can put in without boiling them, and as long as you have enough sauce or enough moisture in whatever you're baking, they will just cook up in the oven. Now while this is cooking, I'll go tend to the chickens. Now it looks like rain is definitely on the way. Come on, buddy. Come on, hurry. It's about to storm. Now I've got together the eggs and someone doesn't look happy about it. Well, she sounded the alarm. Now all the chickens are stirred up like something's trying to get in the hen house. But it was just me, and I did get the eggs, but I also got a peck on the hand. Now back to cooking. I'm just going to heat up some green beans with butter and a little salt and pepper, and that will be a good little side dish to go with our lasagna. The lasagna has been baking for 50 minutes, and now I'm just going to take the foil off, and then I'm going to put it back in the oven for about 10 more minutes. It looks pretty good. Now it'll go in the oven just long enough to give it maybe a little bit of a brown to the top, or just to kind of give it that finished look. Ten minutes later, and I'm getting it back out of the oven, and it should be ready to be eaten. The noodles turned out soft and tender, and it is just as delicious as ever. With candles lit and supper served, it's time to wind down for the evening. Thank you for spending the day with me. Until next time.